Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 19 of Are You Sick of Me Yet podcast. If you're just listening, this is a normal episode. If you're watching, you're going to notice it looks like I got punched in the eye and then punched in the other eye. That's because this is the drag episode. I said on episode, I think, 16, that if I got 4 likes, I would do drag. And I got 4 likes. And you're probably thinking, Jesus, 4, that's nothing. Even Simon could count to 4. Yeah, I could count to 4. That's right. Sometimes I can do math. And yeah, 4 doesn't seem like a lot. But, starting from the bottom, 4 to me, that's a lot. So, that's getting somewhere, It's, my expectations are being met, so now I have to meet your guys' expectations. So now I'm in drag. So, now you get to watch me talk about Justin Timberlake while looking like Lady Sparkle. Oh, fuck. Lady Glitter Sparkles. Lady Glitter Sparkles. I'll talk about Justin Timberlake getting arrested. We'll talk about Lady Glitter Sparkles. There we go. I can speak English sometimes. So yeah. Drag episode. If you don't want to look at this because it's, insane, you can listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But if you're listening and you want to know what I look like, I'm on YouTube. Same name. Are You Sick of Me Yet? Podcast. My makeup's not that bad. Did I spend 3 hours? Yes. I can't see a goddamn thing, but that's okay. My eyes are watering. So yeah, drag. It's the last week of Pride, and I thought it would be fun to start off on a more serious note, talking about drag, because, drag is, like, one of those things that, people don't like. They get really upset about it, and they're like, you click on this video, and you're like, oh my god, he's gonna touch my children! I'm not touching children. Okay? I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber. But, drag queens aren't touching your children. Okay? It's a form of expression, and they're just having fun. How sports are a form of expression and having fun. You don't see basketball players touching children very often. I don't know. I don't watch basketball. But, it's just, we're not going to get into the politics of it, but, why do people do drag? It's a form of expression. I like drag because it makes me feel pretty. I'm very confident in my masculinity. I'm a dude. I know that. It's who I am. It's who I've always been. And who I will continue to be. But, sometimes I like to feel pretty. Sometimes I like to put my makeup on and put on a wig. Not dresses, though. I don't like dresses. That's why I'm wearing regular clothes. And my Mothman shirt, which I'm pretty sure I wore in the last episode. Laundry exists, guys. It's been a week. But, it's just a way to feel pretty to me, because I like to look in the mirror and be like, I look pretty with my makeup on and my wig did. And then I also like to look in the mirror when I don't have my makeup on and my wig did and still think I look pretty, because being able to feel confident in yourself is really important, and being able to be confident in your masculinity is also very important. So of course guys can be confident in their masculinity and not do makeup. Guys can do sports and be confident in their masculinity. They can be single dads. They can, men should be able to feel comfortable in their masculinity doing things that aren't stereotypically masculine. And what I'm doing is not stereotypically masculine. It's more feminine, but I feel confident in my masculinity doing this. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing this. So, it's, drag is important because it's a hobby and a form of expression. And when people try and put bans on that, it takes away ways for people to express themselves, and that's when violence and bad things actually happen, because there's people aren't able to express themselves. So you put bans on this because you think that people are going to do terrible things because of what they're doing, but it's more so that they would do terrible things because they don't have that form of expressing themselves. I'm going to bring up sports. People do sports because they can get energy out, they can get out pent-up feelings. Take that away from them, how else are they going to channel that energy? Probably in negative ways. So you take away drag because you think that, drag queens are doing terrible things, how else are they going to express themselves now? Now they're probably going to do terrible things because you've taken away their one way of expressing themselves. Well, they probably have more than one. But, drag is an important thing. And expressing yourself is an important thing. Because I think expression is a beautiful thing. I think that people being able to be themselves is a beautiful thing. And I think that hate is stupid. If somebody wants to put on makeup and all that and use he, him pronouns, okay, sure. If somebody wants to use Zer pronouns and wear a tail, okay, sure. Why do we need to judge people and hate people? I think love is the most beautiful thing. And I think that being able to love people for the way they are is the most beautiful thing out there. I'm not going to judge you for being Christian or atheist or Muslim or, it's just, hate is just stupid. And it's stupid. I will hate on you for being mean, though, because you can control that. You can stop being mean. And if you stop being mean, I applaud you. I believe in growth. I believe that you can change. And if you were mean when I first met you and now you're not, wonderful. Good job. I like you better now. So, there was a quick little ramble about drag, and now I'm going to focus on the rest of the episode, because I'm done talking about this. So now you just get to see this while I talk about other things. Chappell Roan just posted on Instagram. She's got the big blue makeup look too. She obviously did it better, because Chappell Roan is much better at drag than me. But she posted that, and I was like, oh, twin, let's go. This is kind of inspired by, Chappell Roan and Spider-Man, and, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I just burped, my bad. Let's see, what did I do this week? I got my nipples pierced, so that's pretty fun. It looks like a crime scene every time I wake up in the morning because my shirt's covered in blood. I don't know if that's normal for nipple piercings to just bleed constantly. Because, when I got my nose done, I never bled. When I got my ears done, never bled. And then I got my nipples done. Obviously, they're, one of the most painful piercings. I'm saying, 4.5 out of 10. I have never had, very much sensation in my chest. I just don't have that much sensation. I get, overstimulated super easily. I'm like, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. But, I don't know. I never have had that much sensation in my chest. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do this. Not going to feel it. Barely felt it. Felt like a pinch. Awesome. One of them is a little crooked, but that's what you get for going to Steel and Ink, because they're like the McDonald's of tattoo and piercing parlors. But, whatever. It was $30 piercing Wednesdays, so of course I got to take advantage of that. So yeah, I got my nipples pierced, and now I feel super cool because I'm just out in public, and I'm like, nobody knows that I'm actually awesome. So yeah, that's pretty cool. What else? I had my birthday party. We did presentation parties, and then I have another one this week because I love presentation parties. I've done, this is going to be my fourth one this week. And, I know it's, probably, oh, my God, what kind of suck-up teacher's pet nerd are you to do presentation parties? I get it. But they don't have to be, research-driven. You could just put up pictures and be like, I like this picture. I like this picture. Here's why I like this picture. It's just an opportunity to share things. The way guys just show you their entire camera roll when you hang out with them. It's basically like that. Ow. Oh my God. My foot cramp. What else did I do this week? I got new glasses. I'm not wearing them now because makeup and really long eyelashes. I hate wearing fake eyelashes. My eyeballs hurt so bad. As long as I don't focus on the fact I'm wearing eyelashes, I'm fine. But every time I bring attention back to it, my eyes start watering. I gotta finger my IUSC real quick. There we go. Yeah, I got new glasses, and my lenses are so thick. Thick with 3 C's. Why? My prescription isn't that much, and I already broke one of them. I got it fixed today, thank God, because my other glasses make me look like a nerd. But yeah, so I got them fixed, thank God. But lesson learned: don't get thin wire, thick lens. Doesn't mix well. But now I will be more careful. I will be very, very careful now with my classes. I start my reading challenge this week, which I'm super excited about. I made a spin wheel last night so that I didn't have to pick my books, so that I would just let it pick my books for me, and then I pulled it up to show somebody, and all of it was gone. So I don't really know what to do, because it doesn't really save my progress on the spin wheel, so I might have to get, like, an app. I don't know. Put it on a wall and just throw a dart. I don't know. What else did I do this week? I don't know. I was watching this morning. I woke up and I thought I was gonna record this much earlier. It's like 8:00, so that's like earlier than I usually record. But I started doing my makeup at 5 because I thought like, oh, this is really early to record. But I woke up at like 12, the way I usually do, and I was like, maybe I just start now. No, I didn't feel like it. I like to procrastinate, and the thought of doing all this felt like a lot of work. But it's like not. It's just thinking about doing it is a lot of work. But then I actually do it, and it's just, like, meticulous. Like, it's like art. Like, it was fun. It was just something I could do. I just slap shit on my face, no rhyme or reason, and it's fun. But, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, my mom's boyfriend gave me a bunch of garlic. So much garlic. I love garlic. I'm a, garlic girl? I don't know. And so I was like, okay, I can't plant this because you have to plant, like, garlic bulbs. Like, growing garlic from the store doesn't really work. And also, you have to do that in the fall. So I'm going to have to wait a couple months to plant garlic. But, so I just, like, minced it all up and made, like, jarlic. That's what I've seen people on TikTok call it. It's, like, the minced garlic and oil in a jar, and then you can use it for cooking. So I made homemade jarlic. And I was watching, Mythical Kitchen, which I don't usually watch. Like, I only watch it if I really like the person that's on there. And so I was watching the one today, and it was, instead of last meal, it was, like, first meal. And so he was with, like, Keith Habersberger, or whatever his name is, from Try Guys. And they were eating Nigerian food. Oh, my God. I was, like, drooling. I want to try jollof rice so bad now. Like, as soon as he brought it up, I was like, oh, my God. I'm drooling. My mouth is watering. I want jollof rice. And they also made fufu, and I'd sell my firstborn child to try fufu. It looks like a lot of work to make, and I don't think I'd be able to make it well. But oh my God, anytime I see like people on TikTok eating fufu, my stomach does a backflip, and not in a bad way. It's made with it's like a starchy, like, I don't even know what it is. It's just like you pound a starch, and then it's like you can use it to like pick up food. It's made with, like, yams or cassava or plantains. And I don't think I would like it with yams, because, like, yams, I guess, and sweet potatoes are the same thing, and I don't like sweet potatoes. But I've had cassava root before, because when I was in the 11th grade, I had a food and cultures class. And basically just, like, cooked stuff and learned about, like, food and cultures from all over the world. And so we had, I think it was, like, one of our last projects, we had to do, like, we had to pick a place and then make something. And I made cassava cake, which is, like, a Filipino thing. But, like, I don't think my presentation was on the Philippines. So it was, like, somewhere else that has cassava cake. But I definitely didn't make it right. It tasted a little funky. I really liked it. It was really wet. I, like, didn't let the cassava dry out enough because I started it the night before, obviously, because I have to serve it the next day. Why would I make it? Okay, anyway, sorry. So it's, like, made with, like, coconut milk, condensed milk, and cassava root, and then you, like, bake it and, like, put, like, custard on top, which, like, yum. It was really good. I would totally make it again. And cassava root is, like, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pain in the ass to get the outside off of. So, like, yams would definitely be a lot easier. But cassava root, I don't hate. But yeah, I was watching that. I was like, oh my God, that looks so good. And then I also, like, I just, like, haven't had an appetite lately. But then, like, Jake Weber is always talking about smash burgers. He's like, I just want a good smash burger sometimes. There's nothing better than a good smash burger. And I've never had a smash burger. And, like, I don't eat beef. So I was like, hey, like, I want a smash burger. Can you even make a smash burger with, like, Beyond Meat? Yes, it can. And it was, like, stuck. It was really crumbly because it was sticking to my iron skillet. But it was so good. It slapped. Did I almost die going to the store to buy it? Yes. Be careful of drunk drivers, y'all. I was the drunk driver. I'm kidding. I was like leaving my neighborhood, and there's like this one street where I literally cannot see to my right. No, to my left. So I like pull up, look to the left, can't see shit, but I'm looking for like the gleam of headlights, and I'm like, okay, look to my right, can't see anything. Pull up more just to double check. 2 cars come fucking flying in, and I'm like, what do? I'm too far out. I can't stop, reverse, go back. So I just like flew around the corner. They're honking at me. They're screaming at me. My life flashed before my eyes. And then I had a little cry because I was like, oh my God, I almost just died. Nobody was drunk. I just like can't see, and I'm probably going to switch up the way I drive now and will not use that part of my neighborhood. But I was in the superstore like, oh my God, I almost died. I almost died just to get Impossible Burgers. Impossible Burgers, much better than Beyond Meat, if I'm being honest. Was it worth it? Yes and no. The burgers slapped, but I'm emotionally scarred. People just keep honking at me this week. I hate it when people honk at me. It makes me sad. My gas cap doesn't close on my car, and I'm on the highway the other day, and people are honking at me and flashing the lights at me and pointing at me, and I'm like, oh my God, what do you want me to do? I'm on the highway. I'm not going to pull over on the highway. I pulled over once I got off the highway, did a 360, did my blinkers checks. It was fine. So thank you, people, for being nice, but you're stressing me out. So I'm hopefully taking my car to get fixed tomorrow because, yeah, my gas cap not being able to close is kind of a pain in the butt. And also my brakes, every time I go, is like, so that's not great. But it is what it is. I love my Honda. But I don't really love driving anymore. What else did I do today? But yeah, Smashburger, slap. Really good. That was really, really good. I wish I'd gotten more meat, more fake meat. And I also saw this, like, recipe for, like, it was, like, oyster mushroom pulled pork sandwiches, and I was like, damn. And then I didn't have any milk today, so I had to go to the store and get milk, like my dad. I'm kidding, guys. I have a dad. I know that from this look, it doesn't look like I have a dad. This is fatherless behavior. I love my dad. Leave me alone. My dad loves me. We have a great relationship. God. No, my eyes are not watering because of daddy issues. My eyes are watering because of my eyelashes. Let me just... There we go. Fixed it. What was I saying? Meat. Beyond Meat. Oh, yeah, vegetarian. I was out of milk today. I grabbed that while I was getting Impossible Burgers, but I used oat milk, and for a split second there, I was like, I could be vegan. I'm just going to be vegan from now on. And then I had cheese today, and I was like, bah! Oh, cheese. Cheese. So, yeah. I will not be vegan. Maybe vegetarian. Maybe this year I'll start working on going fully vegetarian instead of... Oh, but sushi. Pescatarian. I will be pescatarian. I will work towards pescatarianism. I've been getting a lot of chest pain. Sorry, and I can't tell if it's the piercings or not, but I swear I had a heart attack the other day. I was driving, the way I do, and I'm like, pain all down my left side. My arm, my neck, my jaw. I'm shaking. I can't breathe. No, it's not a panic attack. I know what those feel like. It's very different from what I was feeling. And I was like, am I dying right here, right now? Like, thank God I was in park, because I did not feel great. And I've just been having, like, pain on my left side. Like, the pain when you have to fart? It was like that, but I didn't have to fart. Shocker. Yeah, so that was my week. It was much better than Justin Timberlake's week, if I'm being honest. So, I wasn't God's drunkest driver. Justin Timberlake was God's drunkest driver. So, we're going to read about that. So, Justin Timberlake was arrested on June 17th for drunk driving. His mugshot is hilarious. So the headline is Justin Timberlake arrested on DWI charge. So I had to Google that. I was like, what the hell is a DWI? It's driving while intoxicated. Not sure how that really differs from not an IUD, a DUI. Always get them mixed up. a DUI, which is driving under influence, which is more like drugs, I guess. I always get them or mixed up. STD, UTI, DUI, IUD. Enough. Why do we have to shorten things? When do we get so easy? Why can't we go back to the sophisticated days? We're like, oh, I got a driving while I was arrested for driving while intoxicated, and I had what does IUD stand for? Inseminate, no, I'm not even, what does IUD stand for? Intrauterine device. Intrauterine is one word. Why is it IUD? Why not just ID? Well, because I guess ID is another thing. I was arrested for driving under the influence on my way to get my intrauterine device put in and my, UTI, and my urinary tract infection checked. Like, why do we gotta shorten things? I know it makes things easier, but I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyways, sorry. He told the police, I had one martini. So he was taken into custody in the Sag Harbor. What's so saggy about the harbor? Community of the Hamptons on Long Island, New York, and accused of driving while intoxicated. Justin Timberlake claimed he had just one martini before he was pulled over, failed field sobriety test, I need my glasses, and was arrested on suspicion of intoxicated driving early Tuesday in the affluent Hamptons area of Long Island. Timberlake, identified as a 43-year-old Franklin, Tennessee he's 43? He looks like he's like 50. Resident in the criminal complaint, was arraigned and released without having to post bail about 9 hours after he was arrested. He pleaded not guilty and was ordered to appeal in court July 26th. His attorney, Edward Burke Jr., said in a statement Wednesday, I look forward to vigorously defending Mr. Timberlake on these allegations. I will have a lot to say at the appropriate time, but am currently awaiting full discovery from the district attorney's office. Excuse me. Timberlake was behind the wheel of a gray Florida registered BMW when he was stopped a little after 12:15 near Madison Street and Middle Line Highway, initially for driving through a stop sign and failing to stay on the right side of the road. Like, what? Oh my god. Once police spoke to Timberlake, they said it was clear he was not in shape to drive, according to the complaint written by Sag Harbor Village Police Officer Michael Arkinson. Sag Harbor is horrendous. Can we change that to Perky Harbor? Went to Perky Harbor and everybody knew you. Went to Saggy Harbor and everybody knew me. Never mind. It was ascertained that the defendant was operating said vehicle. Oh my god, my eyes are watering. I'm gonna take my makeup off. In an intoxicated condition, in that his eyes were bloodshot and glassy. A strong odor of an alcoholic beverage was emanating from his breath. Ew. Breath is gross. Smelling people's breath? Coffee breath and alcohol breath are the worst. He was unable to divide attention, had slow speech, was unsteady afoot, and he performed poorly on all standardized field sobriety tests. Timberlake struggled to walk heel to toe and stand on one foot without swaying or using arms to balance. The officer quoted Timberlake as saying, I had one martini and I followed my friends home. He also declined to be tested for impairment, said police. Okay, I thought he had like a shit ton of drugs in his system. Why people gotta lie on the internet? Why people gotta tell me that he was like taking ketamine and driving? That makes the story sound so much more fun. One martini is nothing. He declined to be tested for impairment, said police, who alleged he told them, no, I'm not doing a chemical test. Can't stop the feeling. NBC News legal analyst Danny Cavalos, said a refusal can be introduced at trial to establish conscious, Jesus, what the, I can't read, evidence of guilt. It is the predicate for a revocation of driving privileges. Revocation. Jesus Christ. Timberlake had dined at the American Hotel in the Hamptons community of Sag Harbor and then headed to a friend's house when he was pulled over by police, a source close to him said. While the property where the American Hotel now sits can trace its roots back to before 1776, this edition of the inn wasn't restored and opened again until 1972. Wasn't restored and opened again until 1972. It boasted an extensive wine list that includes dozens of 4-digit offerings. Why is that important to the article? Like, that's a shameless plug right there for the hotel. Glazin, Jesus Christ. Timberlake is set to play in Chicago on Friday and Saturday before he plays Madison Square Garden in New York City next Tuesday and Wednesday. This article's old, so I guess tomorrow he's playing in Madison Square Garden. His The Forget Tomorrow World Tour had been in Miami on Saturday and Tampa, Florida on Friday. This is gonna ruin the tour. What tour? The world tour. Just a day before he was arrested, Timberlake's wife actor Jessica Biel gushed about him as The Rock. I don't think she's ever actually met The Rock then. They're very different. Of their family, pledging to keep him eternally grounded and warm. What do you mean by that? Biel's loving words are in stark contrast to the backlash Timberlake had faced from fans of former girlfriend Britney Spears. Timberlake, who rose to fame in the pop group NSYNC, wasn't portrayed flatteringly in Spears' memoir last year, The Woman in Me. The pair, who met as kids on the set of the Mickey Mouse Club, dated from 1992 to 2002. Spears wrote that she had an abortion after she got pregnant by Timberlake and accused him of cheating on her a couple of times. In January, Spears apologized on social media for offending anyone with her memoir and complimented Timberlake on his latest single. Days later, at a show in New York City, Timberlake kicked off another round of online criticism by saying he'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. And that, right there, seals in the fact that Justin Timberlake sucks and I hate him. Because how are you going to shit on Britney Spears for getting pregnant? She can't get herself pregnant. Justin Timberlake got her pregnant and cheated on her a couple of times. And you're going to make her apologize for it and not him? Like, that's horrendous. That is horrendous. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Like, that pisses me off. So, yeah, he got arrested. So, that's fun. But he's out now. And then I also have, Jacob Sartorius. I can never pronounce it. I always said Jacob Sartorius. It's Sartorius. Is beefing with Jojo Siwa. I don't think Jojo Siwa's beefing with him, but, like, he's got a new song coming out, or that came out, called Simon Says. Yes, he did write it about me. Not to brag. Oh my god, this wig is so knotted. He's beefing with Jojo Siwa to promote the song, which is, like, smart on him. Oh, fun. These curls are so fun. Did I have to dip it in boiling water to get the curls? Yes, but whatever. So he wants his new song, Simon Says, to outstream Karma in the first 48 days. So he has posted, like, a bunch of TikToks about this. So in one of them, like the most recent one, he covered his car in pictures of his head, like Jojo's car, and put JS, which is his initials, as well as Jojo Siwa. They got the same initials on the car. And he was like, oh, I'm listening to Simon Says, out now. And then ran a stop sign. Okay, so Jacob Sartorius can run a stop sign and not get arrested, but when Justin Timberlake does, he gets arrested? Society. He was recreating her, like, wow, autotune scream. I can't even do it like that. Wow! Like, I can't even do it. Like, you know the one where she's, like, screaming and everybody's like, whoa, she's raspy today. He was recreating that with, like, that one girl who gets her makeup done all the time that I don't like. He recreates her videos and replaces, like, his song with Karma. He's like, okay, you may think I'm annoying, but what song's been stuck in your head? I don't know how Simon Says goes. There is one part of it that does slap. I'm not gonna lie. The song isn't great. It's better than Karma, but there's one part of the song that's like, Red Rover, you could something, but you can't come over. And I'm like, okay, so how about you step out of, like, pop? Because then maybe I could like you. Somebody was, like, commenting that was like, hey, man, you should, like, do, like, indie music. And I was like, yeah, he should. Because pop music, I'm just not there for it. I never listened to Sweatshirt. I don't even know what it sounds like. I always got it mixed up with the Toothbrush song when people were like, haha, Sweatshirt. I'm like, yeah, you can leave your sweatshirt at my place. No, it's Toothbrush. You can leave your toothbrush at my place. I don't know what Sweatshirt sounds like. He did like the JoJo makeup, which is what I felt like I was doing when I was putting these like black stripes on. I was like, Jesus Christ, I look like Jojo Siwa. And then he keeps making like conspiracy videos, putting like pictures of people up like before controversies and then after controversies to show like how successful they are and how he's like not controversial and controversial. Controversial. Why am I pronouncing it weird? And then like he said that he was like, she didn't create gay pop. He says, quote, I wrote Sweatshirt. I'm the king of gay pop. I'm like 90% sure that he's straight. So how are you, a straight man, going to be the king of gay pop? How about we all stop right here and look at who did all of this for us? We couldn't have gay pop without Freddie Mercury, Elton John, Films Cooper, a.k.a. Marsha P. Johnson. I'm kidding. Yeah, I just, like, pisses me off. So, yeah, I don't know, I just think it's funny that Jacob Sartorius has one-sided beef with Jojo Siwa to promote his song, which, like, it's smart. It's smart. It's a smart way to promote your stuff, but I hate people that use other people to promote their stuff. It's really annoying. It's really annoying to me. But, yeah, I want to talk about that. And then I saw 2 movies this week. Oh, actually, first of all, okay. I think I found another copy pasta. So the copy pasta that we talked about in a couple episodes ago was the like, alright, bruv, no need to call me out. I got low-key, slutty waist, and thunder thighs. I don't remember how it goes. So people will just copy that and comment it. I've only seen this twice. Nothing came up when I Googled it. But I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw a comment, and I was like, okay, that's weird. This has nothing to do with the video. Scrolled for a little bit more, and then I clicked on a comment, or I clicked on a video and saw that that same comment was under there. I haven't seen it since, but I've seen it twice, and people seem to know what it is. But it's... Okay, this is how it goes. Oh, God, burped again. Oh, my God, I'm smudging my lipstick. Off topic, but I remember these boys kept spying on... Oh, my God, can I stop burping? I haven't yawned yet, but I'm burping in this episode. I just vomit all over the camera. Off topic, but I remember these boys kept spying on me. I was wearing a tight maxi dress, and when I started talking, I have a mommy voice, lol, their noses started bleeding. And, like, nothing came up when I found it. So I don't know what the original is. If you have seen the original, tag me in it, please. My TikTok is areyousick.pod, because I want to know where that's from. But I just thought that was funny. Anyways, I saw 2 movies this week, and I also started watching American Sweethearts just today. That's like the cheerleading one about the like Cowboys cheer team. Crazy shit. Those girls scare me. One of them has really, really big teeth, and I'm like, ah, oh my God. Every time she looks at me, I'm like, ah, give her some contacts. And that's funny coming from me. I did cheer once for like 3 days when I was like 4. I asked my mom, I was like, why'd you put me in cheer? She was like, I don't know, you were energetic and had lots of energy, and so she put me in cheer for some reason. And I was a flyer. Hated that shit. I hated being tossed in the air. It scared the balls out of me. I'd probably do it again now, but like, I feel like I'm too old to get into sports. Like, I feel like if you're gonna do a sport, you have to do it when you're younger or when you're like 40. And so I'm at that weird age where I just can't pick up a new sport because I wasn't taught as a child, and I'm also not retired. Well, obviously you don't retire at 40 unless you're like super fortunate. But I was in it for like 3 days, and then I started to develop separation anxiety. Like, I used to be fine, and then one day I was just like, I can't be away from my mom or else I'm gonna vomit. So that was strange. So that stopped me from doing cheer. Who knows? Maybe I could have been like, has there ever been a dude on the Cowboys? Maybe I could have been the first guy on the Cowboys cheer team if I just hadn't have gotten separation anxiety. But anyways, I'm only on episode 2, so I got a long way to go. But it's really interesting. Documentaries are really interesting to me. But I saw Inside Out 2 this week, and I'm giving it like a 5.5 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I was expecting. I had like really high expectations of it because, so the first one I've seen a bunch of times because my mom, it's her favorite movie. That's why we went to see Inside Out too, because Inside Out's her favorite movie. She's seen it over 30 times because she's a psychology teacher, and it's one of the movies that she uses to study the human brain. So she watches it and talks about like all the like psychology stuff, and it's really interesting. So we're both really excited for Inside Out 2 because we're like, oh my god, like puberty, it's talking about puberty, it's so much more like psychology stuff now that we have puberty. No, there wasn't really. Like, I feel like the first one was more interesting because more of it took place in the head, whereas Inside Out 2, we like weren't inside of Riley's head as much. We were more outside and seeing her interact with people, which like nice. I like that, but also like it just felt really rushed. Like it was like, like an hour and a bit, which is what you usually have for a kids movie because you can't hold their attention span for long. But like I wish it could have been longer because I wish I could have seen more. Because I can't really think of anything in the second one where I'm like, oh, this has to do with psychology, this has to do with psychology, blah 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 blah. Like I don't know. I don't know. I wish it's a kids movie. Why am I like I'm being too nitpicky? It's a kids movie. It was a good kids movie. It touched on hard topics. Riley had an anxiety attack. You don't really see that in kids movies. It showed ways to cope with the 4. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? Which is like that doesn't work for me. But like you just got to leave me alone and I'll fix myself. But like, it's a good way to teach that trick to children because, more and more people are anxious now in the day and age of social media, so it's a good way to teach them how to cope. But I was just like, need more psychology. But I will watch it again once it is out of theaters and then analyze it more. Because my mom has an ISU in that class that's so boring. I was looking over it this year and I was like, Jesus, Mom, why are you going to make your students do this? So I'm going to rewrite it for her this summer so that her students aren't dying next year because it's really boring. So I'm hoping it can do with like Inside Out 1 and 2, but Inside Out 2, I don't know. It was not bad. Like, go watch it, but like I just was like, I wish there was more psychology to it. So that's a me problem. That's an issue me, not an issue. So it wasn't bad. It just personally for me was like a 5.5 out of 10 because I had more expectations of it, but it was an enjoyable movie. It was interesting. It was fun, and the hot dad was there again. So, yeah. Speaking of hot dads, I also watched Ultraman this week, and I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10. And first of all, the animation was like awesome. Was he built like a goddamn Dorito? Yes. He was like skipping leg day, built like a Dorito, like Jesus Christ. But like, Dilf alert. Yes, please. My whole feed right now is edits of him, and I am not complaining. But yeah, it was really good. I really hope they make a second one. I know Ultraman's like a series that's been going on. And I was like, oh, I could watch the anime, but like it's like 3D animated, which I don't like it. It looks like a video game, which like if it was a video game, it would look great, but because it's a TV show, it does not look great. So I won't be watching that. But Ultraman was awesome, and I hope they make a second one because we were kind of left on a cliffhanger. So yeah, those were both really good movies. What did I like about Ultraman? Dilf, I guess. I don't know. The animation was awesome. It was super. That was that too, and Inside Out too. They had multiple like forms of animation. They had 2D, they had video game, and then they had the regular animation, which was really fun. I love when people mix animation. That's why I love the Spider-Verse movies. But it was just beautiful. Ultraman was awesome, and superheroes are just super cool. But yeah. So both kids movies, both pretty good. I am counting down the days to Deadpool and Wolverine. Yawning. Yeah. I also was going to talk about the AI vines, but I am so overwhelmed in this makeup. I don't think I can handle it anymore. So I think next week, if nothing crazy happens, I will talk about the AI vines, like the stopping vines stuff. But yeah, so this is going to be a quick episode today. It's only about 40 minutes or so. But yeah, so I appreciate all of the love and support that this is getting, because even though it's like a hobby and everybody's always like, not everybody needs a podcast. I agree. Not everybody needs a podcast, because, not everybody's as funny as me. I'm kidding. It's just like, I don't know. Not everybody needs a podcast. I definitely don't need one, but it's like a hobby. I've been able to maintain this for 19 weeks. I've never been able to hold a hobby like that before. And it's like, I don't know, it gives me something to look forward to each week. It gives me something to do in my week. I don't do anything. I go to work and I clean my house. Like, it's something for me to do. And I don't care if it gets views. I don't care if it gets likes. I don't care if it gets listens, because this is mostly for me. But when I ask people to support, people support. When I ask people for 4 likes, I got 4 likes. So that was big for me. And I know people were like, oh my god, oh brother, this guy stinks. No, I don't. I shower. So yeah. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. And this was fun, getting to do my makeup for this was fun. So yeah, I appreciate all of you very, very much. You all mean so much to me, and every single day that we grow is awesome. So yeah, if you're interested, you can find me on Instagram at areyousickofmeyet.pod, TikTok at areyousick.pod, and Are You Sick of Me Yet everywhere else. That was episode 19. It's crazy to me that we're going to be at episode 20 next week. Absolutely crazy. It baffles me. So, yeah. I love you all very, very much. And I hope you all have an excellent week. And I think it's like the first week of summer in Canada. Like, it's like, well, like the first day of summer was like Friday, I think. But it's first week-ish of summer for Canadians. So I hope you all enjoy your start to the summer. Americans, you've been having your summer. I hope you're still enjoying that. I got a lot of American listeners too. Yeah, so yeah. I will see you all next week for episode 20. We'll talk about AI vines and anything fun that happens by then. So much love. I will see you all next week. Bye.